Hello YouTube. My first time to do this live chat. Please let me know if everything looks alright and if you can hear me. If not, let me know what's wrong and I'll see what I can do. Hey, Hawaiian friend. Oh, awesome. That's great to hear. I'm even talking through a mask right now, but good to hear that you can hear me loud and clear. And thanks so much. Someone already gave me a super chat. Awesome. Thanks. How's the image quality? It looks a bit choppy here on my screen, but I hope it looks alright for you. Ah, the earthquake. It was okay. I mean, it shook a little bit, but I think I fell asleep within a minute afterwards, so nothing to worry about. Yeah, I guess there's certain limitations doing this over the mobile phone network, so I'm pretty sure it's not as clear and smooth as my other videos, but hope it's alright. Oh, from Mexico, hello! I rarely come to this part of Tokyo actually, but every time I do, it strikes me how nice it is, and it's so nice that there's actually a little bit of green on some streets, which is unfortunately quite rare here in Japan. How's the wind noise? It's a little bit windy right now. Does the mics pick up that? Or can you still hear me well? Oh! Tal, hi! Good to see you here. The Tokyo vibe. Yeah, it's a pretty nice city. I mean, I like that it's usually, I mean, it's a big city, it's noisy and lots of cars and everything, but it's still, there's also this kind of blanket of peace over many parts of the city, which I always miss when going to other parts of the world. Wendy is asking me if I learned to read and write kanji. A little bit. I can't really do handwriting anymore, but when I was in language school, we studied handwriting for several hours every day, so then I could do it fairly well, but these days I never handwrite, so now it's really bad. But with a phone or a computer, I can do like basic writing without any major issues. But I mean, it depends completely on the context. Like if I'm trying to read the economy section in a newspaper, yeah, then I'll be struggling quite a lot. But when it's just like simple topics and like chatting with friends, then it's okay. Just like my speak, I guess, or like my talking. Like, as long as it's simple subjects, then it's fine. But as soon as it gets more complicated, then yeah, I'm really, I can get really lost. Like, if I have to interview someone who is, a politician, for example, then it's immediately evident that my vocabulary is lacking. The most difficult thing about learning Japanese, I guess that it's just so extremely different from any other language. I speak Swedish and English and a little bit of German, and all those languages are like, they're in the same kind of ballpark or same kind of basic structure. But Japanese, it's just like you have to forget everything that you think you know about a language and just reset everything, because there's very little similarities. Even the way you construct the sentences in Japanese is kind of like entirely the other way around compared to what I'm used to. So that takes takes some time to get used to. I think it's much easier if you learn it as a child, but when you're learning it as an adult and you try to kind of, think logically about the language, then it's extremely difficult. Wow, over 100 people are watching. That's pretty insane. I love all those narrow streets. Hana no Arashi. Yes, I'm actually live this time. I'm trying out this live streaming feature. It's a lot of fun. Zuzu Aya, where's the bookshop? Which bookshop? Oh, this is a nice little street. I'm sure this looks super nice at night. Have to come back here sometime. Yay, live! Exciting, huh? Okay, I'll see if there's any bookshops. Even though this is like very central part of Tokyo, but I'm actually not familiar with this area at all, because I very rarely go here. Once we get closer to Akihabara, then it's gonna be more like the area I know. But around here, yeah, I've just been here for work a handful of times, but it's not a place I go privately. "60 FPS? Is it 60 FPS? It doesn't look like that for me. There's no way I can change that setting, so I guess it's all up to this YouTube app. Yeah, I don't think it's possible to do mobile phone streaming in 60 FPS. Any advice to people who want to move to Japan? For sure. But that's a bit of a bigger subject, so I don't think I'll get into that right now, but I'll probably record a separate video on that subject sometime soon. Okay, slow down my walking. Okay, I'll try, but I'm always a fast walker. Everybody complains about that. But yeah, I'll try to walk a little bit slower from now. And someone asked if many shops have closed down because of the coronavirus. Yes, they have. I don't have any number or statistics, but I mean, there's so many shops who are dependent on a steady flow of people. So a lot of tourism-related businesses have gone bankrupt, and also I heard that a lot of smaller restaurants in izakaya are really struggling right now. It's pretty nice. It's kind of hot today. I think it's like 32, 33 degrees, so it's a little bit hot, but it's not. I mean, it's gonna get much worse, and it's not that humid today. So that's a good thing. Yeah, I guess it's happening everywhere. Let me see. I think we are getting close to Kanda station right now, probably. In that case, I need to get to the other side of the train tracks. Konnichiwa. It's so awesome. It's 120 people watching now. That's like watching me taking a walk. That's the wonder of the internet, I guess. I hope one day I can call myself a professional walker and put that on my business card. Hello from Mexico. There's several people from Mexico watching this, I think. Yeah, of course, it is the premise of all my videos, but it's just, I didn't start this with the idea that I would be making a living from it. I just thought it would be, a nice way to record my everyday life. But if I can suddenly, earn money this way and make a living from it, that's kind of bizarre. Yes, this is live. And no, I am not Japanese. It is, what time is it in Tokyo? What time is it? 3:30 p.m. If I've ever come across other YouTubers, I haven't. It would be fun to do so, but yeah, not yet. I think we're covering pretty different parts of the city. It seems that Rambalak these days, he's mostly shooting in the outskirts of Tokyo and not in the smaller, more rural parts. Yeah, Nippon Wandering TV, I haven't got into him yet. He's more like, we're probably shooting similar parts of the city quite often, but yeah. But then again, I think he does mostly, he's usually biking, isn't he? Lawson, buy a drink. I will, soon. Maybe not from Lawson, but from a vending machine. Yeah, there's no tourists here. Tourism in Japan is currently down by 99.9%. So, yeah. Oh, you love this channel. Thank you. Happy to hear that. Okay, here is Kanda Station. So, if I were to be on the Yamanote line, then next stop from here would be Akihabara. How many family marts are there? Many. Hey Afan, you're from Singapore. Okay. I went to Singapore for the first time last year. Really like that place and would love to go there again sometime. No idea when the country will open again. I don't think anyone knows, not even the politicians. And considering that many countries are having like an increase in cases right now, I think it will probably take some time. I doubt that they will officially ban texting or using your phone while walking. If they do, it's probably gonna be another one of these like, yeah, it's not allowed, but there's no penalty if you do it. I think it would like cause a big outrage if they actually started fining people for it, because everybody's walking while watching their phone here. Oh, Alex Firefly, thank you so much. I'm very happy that you enjoy my videos so much. Space Nihonjin, hello. Hi. Oh, maybe I got corona. What gimbal do you use? Now I'm actually using an old Osmo Mobile with my phone. I bought this gimbal like 2 years ago when I first started this channel. Back then I was shooting everything on a phone, but for basically all my videos these days I'm using a DJI Osmo Pocket. I'm just kidding. I think I'm nuts. I don't think I'm sick. I just got something stuck in my throat. Yes, I'm Swedish. How Japanese treat foreigners? Mostly, I would say mostly well. It's, I mean, first of all, I would probably say that not all foreigners are treated equal. White Westerners are generally treated well here. People from other Asian countries might have a slightly more difficult experience, but on the whole, I think it's not so bad. It's you know, there's always this tension going on between China, Japan, and Korea, and some people kind of take that out on individual people, but yeah, they're a tiny minority. Most people here are pretty, you know, friendly and buy something to drink. Okay, thank you so much, Irwan. I will. I like these old little streets with all this, like, I think it's just some storage spaces here, but in other parts of Tokyo they have actually repurposed this land or this space under the Yamanote line tracks and built lots of like small shops instead, which is really nice. I will probably go get there in a while. There's one of those areas just past Akihabara. vlog to show how you wear your gear. I mean, there's not much to show. I'm just holding it in my hand. It's very, I mean, you can probably see my, let's see if I can do this. Can you see my shadow? Yeah, you can see my shadow, right? That's how I hold it. That's how I hold this thing, and it's the same when I use the Osmo Pocket. Wow, 184 people. Haha, like a normal human. Yeah, I guess so. Space Nihonjin. Japanese servers are heaven, like in Kamakura. Yeah, I don't know. I really like Kamakura as well. I actually posted a video from there the other day. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's in my channel, so you can have a look if you like. DJI Osmo Pocket 2 to come out. Yeah, me too. I'll probably pick it up as soon as they release it. Many people watching me while walking? Not so much. Definitely not now, because I think now with this phone setup, I just look like any other tourists, and people are quite used to that. When I film with my DJI Osmo Pocket and the external mic, I notice people are actually noticing it more. I think it's because of the mic. The mic makes people wonder what I'm doing, I guess. But with this setup, I probably just look like any tourist, so people are so used to those. Holding that must be tiring. Nah, not really. It's pretty lightweight. Okay, virtual Japan. Let me know where you're heading. Any alley walks in the evening? Yeah, probably. There's plenty on my channel, but I might try doing that live as well. Wow, 199. 201, was it? How long I've been living in Tokyo? I first came here in 2008. At first I was kind of going back and forth and traveling around for a while, but I would say like since 2010 it's been my primary home. How long did it take to learn do a Saxa someday? There's a Saxa videos on my channel already, but sure, I can do a live walk there. I am wearing a mask, yes. I've been in Sendai. I have. Great city. Last time I was there was about half a year ago. I was doing a job photographing lots of places in northern Japan, in Tohoku. So we used Sendai as a base and traveled around a bit from there. Yeah, Kichijoji is very nice. I really like it too. Any Swedish restaurants in Tokyo? Yeah, there's a few. There's one called Stockholm and one called Lilla Dalarna. That's the two I know about, and then I think there's a few more. I've been to those two, and neither of them are any good. So overpriced and really bad food. So I probably won't go again. What's my main job? I'm a photographer and journalist. Okay, vending machines. Vending machines. So someone donated and told me to buy something. Wait, what? What is this? I have 600. This machine is weird. I will not buy anything from this. I think it's too weird, too creepy. And this one too. They have like model trains. Wow, interesting. chips. I think I prefer something more conventional. Oh, here we go. Ginger ale. Karakuchi, the spicy one. That's really nice. How are the Japanese women? Well, there's all kinds of people here. My wife is Japanese, so I guess that should tell you something. Kirin milk tea. Oh, let's see. I'm struggling to get some coins out of here now. I'm not used to doing this. I think I'll keep walking until I find a machine that I can just pay with my Suica. That's much easier. Maybe one of these. No Suica machines here. If this video will be uploaded when it's over, I think YouTube automatically puts it on my channel. So yeah, it should be there. Not sure if I will keep it there. Depends if I'm satisfied with the quality. And also in a way it's kind of nice to, I don't know, keep these live walks a little bit more intimate and personal, and just have you, those of you who watch them live, see them. If they're kept forever and for everyone, then it's kind of, I don't know, maybe it could lead to some self-censorship. So now we're in Akihabara. It's a bit foggy today. I'm getting so many questions. I'm really sorry if I don't have time to answer all of them. Do I watch Japanese TV? Yes, I do. What do I think of it? I think some programs are really good and well made, but those are usually don't seem to be the more popular ones. So the regular like entertainment shows, they're not really my cup of tea. I feel that they're just so stupid and lack any sort of like intellectual stimulation. So I'm not a big fan of those. But then on the other hand, there's lots of really good travel shows, especially those produced by NHK. That I really enjoy watching. So yeah, and other documentaries as well. Lots of great documentaries about Japan. Few sweet seed surströmming. Yeah, I know. I can't even be in the same house as someone who. Did I know that I went to a famous place with YouTubers, that vending machine area? Oh, I didn't know that. There's a few of those though, and they're quite unique, I guess. There's one vending machine bar near Yurakucho where I often take like visitors who want to kind of mingle with local Japanese crowd. That place is really nice. Good morning from Germany. It's been a while since I came to Akihabara last time, and it's actually starting to feel much more like it used to. Like last time I came here, it was still very, very quiet and empty. That was just after the travel ban was lifted, but Now it's actually, well, it's not as crowded as before the corona, but it's still like there's quite a lot of people out and about, I can see. How about Japanese music? Honestly, I don't really listen much to Japanese music, at least not the contemporary stuff. But there's one guy I really like, who I used to listen to a lot before I came to Japan. His name is Hideki Kaji. He makes kind of like indie pop style music. Then I also used to be a big fan of Cornelius, who makes electronic music. But yeah, those are people who were like big in the 90s. I'm not sure if, well, I know that Hideki Kaji is still active, but Cornelius, I'm not sure if he's still around. What anime is your favorite? I don't really watch anime these days. I did watch when I was a teenager, but that's quite a long time ago. But of course, I mean, I still watch things like new Ghibli movies when they come out, but that's probably about it. One of my favorite animes is probably the one that kind of sparked the interest at first for me, which was Akira. That movie is always gonna have a special place in my heart. My favorite place to visit in Tokyo, it's very difficult because there's just so many. But I do come to Akihabara quite often, usually for like electronics shopping. And actually after finishing recording this, I'm gonna buy a new hard drive somewhere because all these videos that I've been putting out, they really eat up my hard drive space. So I definitely need to get myself a few more terabytes. Too crowded? Is it dangerous? I don't really understand the question, but the answer is probably no. Yeah, there was a huge mural of Akira. That's true. There was when they were building a new shopping mall. They had a big painting with like a big wall painting with Akira motifs. It was really cool, but it's not there anymore. Is it very hot? No, it's not very hot today. It's average hot. It's like 32 degrees, but it's not very humid. So I would say today's weather is pretty nice. It's gonna get much worse. What kind of gear did you use to take this live streaming? I'm using a DJI Osmo Pocket 2 and my phone, which is a OnePlus 7. Did I get some more questions? The earthquake was strong? No, not really. I mean, depends what your references are, but this was not a strong one by Japanese standards. Slightly above average, maybe. How clean is Japan compared to Sweden? I don't know. Sweden is also quite clean, I guess. Japan, I mean, the cities are kind of clean, but if you go like to smaller towns or like the countryside, it's way less developed actually. I'm still struggling. Like these chat messages, they disappear so quickly. So, why did you leave Sweden? I wanted to try living somewhere else, and I was living in Germany for a year. Then I visited Japan and really liked it here, and decided to move here. Is Akihabara the best place to buy electronic stuff in Tokyo? Yeah, it's the best place, I would say. It's like at least the place where you have the biggest selection. But you won't always find the best prices here, maybe. Sometimes other shops can be cheaper. Yeah. There's actually one shop. Yes, here we go. This place usually have cheap hard drives and SSDs, so I'm gonna see what the prices are like right now. Let's see. They usually post outside any like cheap hard drives. Okay. 6 terabytes, 12,000 yen. That's not so cheap. I think I can find better somewhere else. Do I like anime a lot? Not really, not these days. I'm not a big anime fan. I mean, I like it because it was one of the reasons why I came to Japan in the first place. Oh, finally a vending machine with a Suica card reader. Yay. Okay. I think I will go for some mugicha. Damn. I don't have enough money on my card. Okay. I'll wait with the drink until I'm done with the live stream and have 2 hands that I can use. Yeah, the political advertising trucks, they're really loud. In a way, they feel very, I don't know, that's like one of the contrasts of Japan, right? Everything is so quiet and neat and tidy, and then you have like things that are completely the opposite and extremely loud and obnoxious, like those politicians. Okay, I'll head out to the main street again. What is your age? My age is in the upper 30s. Let's keep it at that for now. Do we need only Suica to travel in Japan Rail, or do we need to buy a ticket sometimes? If you're just in the city, you can do everything with a Suica. But I think if you're gonna take like express trains or like take the Shinkansen or something like that, then you probably need to buy a paper ticket. Why are all the face masks in Japan just white with little variety? There's plenty of other options now, but I think, the white ones are most common, I guess. Is railway travel expensive? I would say it's cheap as long as you remain in like near Tokyo area, or you just travel in the city. Then I think it's quite cheap. For example, today, so I live a little bit outside central Tokyo, like 15 minutes from Shibuya. So on a day like this, when I'm gonna be in central Tokyo and travel around there a little bit, I usually buy a day pass, which costs me 800 yen and gives me unlimited travel on the subway, plus the trip back and return trip to my house. So 800 yen is about $8. But then I can travel as much as I like. If I just want to go to Akihabara and then back home, it would cost me about the same. So yeah, for that reason I tend to buy these day passes. Am I a permanent citizen here? No, I'm not a permanent citizen. I have a long-term spouse visa, but I don't have citizenship, and I have no plans on applying for citizenship here. So now we're actually reaching the end of Akihabara. And I think I will kind of wrap up this stream kind of soon as well. But if you have any more questions, let me know. I'll probably stay online for another like 5 minutes or so. But this was really fun. I think I'll make this a habit. I really enjoyed this live stream thing. It's going to be very interesting to see how much of my data plan it has consumed though. Is Japan costly for 1 month tourism? That really depends on what you compare it with. If you compare it to like countries like Thailand, then yeah, definitely it's expensive here. If you compare it to places like, I don't know, Europe, it's, I would say, about the same. Some things are cheaper, some things are more expensive. Renting a place is, like if you're renting a place long term here, it's kind of expensive. Well, I did a separate video on that topic, so have a look at that if you want to know more about the cost of living here, or like the cost of getting a place. But things like eating out and drinking is much cheaper here than in my home country of Sweden. That's for sure. And I guess I would say it's cheaper than most European countries, like eating out. So, how far is my home from the center? Well, depends on how you define the center, but like my place is about 10 kilometers from Shibuya. But the place that I live is not served by the Tokyo Metro. So like if you can stay within the Tokyo Metro network, then travel costs are much cheaper. But if you have to change between different train operators, and there's a bunch of them, then it immediately gets more expensive, because then you need to pay for a ride on each of those train operators. So even just traveling 2 stops can be quite expensive if you have to use a different operator for each of the stops, for example. Yeah, official center is Nihonbashi, that's right. Japanese melons. 1,980 yen. That's about $20. So here's one of the places I was talking about before, like under the train tracks. They made like a shopping street full of small designer shops. Melons in Sweden right now, 20 kronor per kilo. Okay, so that's about, how much was a melon like that? Can it be like 3 kilos maybe? So in that case it would be like, what, 3 times more expensive in Japan than in Sweden. Fruit and vegetables are quite expensive here. They're much cheaper back home in Europe, because Japan has very high like import taxes from anything they have to import, and in order to protect the domestic producers, I mean, there's not the same kind of downward pressure on prices here in Japan because they don't really import things from other parts of the world. For me, the center of Tokyo is Ueno. Do a walkthrough of Yanaka once. I did a walkthrough of Yanaka. I posted it like 2 weeks ago on my channel, so you should check it out. But I agree, it's a really nice part of the town. This is some sort of like recycling plant, I guess. And here they're probably about to... they're building a new building here. Everywhere in Tokyo is changing so fast. There's always new buildings popping up everywhere. Go live more often, please. Yeah, I will. I definitely will. As a foreigner, how much do you rate people's treatment towards you? I don't really understand the question, but most people here, the vast majority, treat me very nice. Some people treat me nicer because I'm a foreigner. Very rarely do I feel like people treat me bad because I'm a foreigner. So I think I'll head back to the big Yodobashi camera store over here, and then I will wrap up this live stream. Good evening from USA. Hi there. What time is it in the States right now? Which part of USA are you in? How long will I stay in Japan? I don't know. Probably not forever, but I've been here for over 10 years already, so yeah. It's a good place to live. Not perfect, but it's quite good. West Coast, midnight, Hawaii, 9 p.m. Oh, okay. Streaming for 50 minutes already. It's quite long. Where did you live before Japan? Before Japan, I was living in Sweden and Germany. I grew up in Sweden, but I lived 1 year in Germany before moving to Japan. When you first arrived in Japan, did you feel like an outcast? Yeah, and I still do. I mean, that's the thing. When you live here, it's like you also have to accept that you will never be like equal to the local people. Like you will always be seen as a foreigner, which has both positive and negative consequences. But if you expect to be like treated equally to the local people and have the same rights, then yeah, that's probably not going to happen here. At least not if you're a white Westerner like me. Do you know other Japan bloggers? No, not really, not personally. I know several channels who are doing similar things as me, and also other people producing more like scripted content. So, but yeah, I don't know any of them personally. How did you get a job in Japan? What's your work in Japan? I'm a photographer and journalist. I work freelance, so I'm self-employed, and that's what I've been doing since I came here. I have a video where I'm talking a bit about that, so look that up if you want to know more. It's called Tokyo Walk and Talk, and it's the first episode. In that one I'm talking a lot about my own background. Sake or sochu? Sake, definitely. I'm not a big shochu fan. Biggest electronics store in the world. Yeah, I think so. It's really massive, this place. Have I ever gotten in trouble for filming like that? Nope. How did you learn Japanese? I went to a Japanese language school for a year, and then I did some self-studies, and I still do study on my own from time to time, trying to expand my vocabulary. You hold your camera by hand? Yes, I hold my camera by hand. Okay, I think I will wrap things up over here and finally go get that drink that someone so kindly sponsored me with. Maybe I'll have a beer. I think I'll have a beer actually. It's a really nice day for a beer. Thanks again. Thanks for watching. 233 people. That's insane. Thank you all. I hope you enjoyed this live stream, and yeah, please have a look next time again. I'll probably do this maybe, I don't know if I'll have time to do one tomorrow, but I'll announce it in advance on the community page on my channel, so take a look there. Okay, thank you all so much. Bye bye. Bye.